Usually when people are hurting, they feel very lonely. I'm hurting, nobody knows. I cover things up. I deny. It's my fault. The isolation can be terrible. The pain, but physical or emotion, can be great, but the isolation can be even worse sometimes. So knowing there's a place where they can go to, someone will tell them, you're okay, we are here to help you. We embrace you. You're not alone. We show you different ways. The decision is yours, but we can show you the different ways out.
I was one of the few Portuguese-speaking lawyers doing family law at the time, and I seem to recall it was Catholic Charities reached out to some people in the community about the possibility of working with women who were involved in violent relationships. So I had an interest in it because at the time my clients, Portuguese-speaking women, there were very few services for them. And as a lawyer, you can't do a lot, and they needed a lot of help. So it was something that interested me, and that's sort of how it started. It was providing things like, referrals, helping them go to obtain legal services, helping them with some translation, navigating the system, helping them get some funding, housing, things like that. So it was a pretty basic kind of service, and also providing them a place to talk. In those days, I think it was sort of more, it was operating in more, often in a crisis mode. There wasn't a lot of preventative work done because there wasn't didn't have the services or the funding for that. So that was a challenge. And then a challenge became dealing with the need and being able to meet the need.
Now we have someone and a place where I can send people to. I can send them to Abrigo. I know I can trust them. I know them. I know the faces. So I know they will do a good job. If I need to be involved again, they will call me. Abrigo has been serving the community for 25 years. It is like the heartbeat of the community, in the sense that those who are wounded, those who are poor, those afflicted, they have a place. They can go there.
So they've been and always will be an agency that provides support and counseling to women who have experienced violence and to those family members. They've added on programs over the years, including a program for perpetrators of domestic violence, programs for mothers, programs for fathers. The core focus of Abrigo has always been making sure that the women and children are safe, but looking at that in terms of holistically, we have to look at all the family members and how we can support them. So we have looked at programs for men, and probably one of the few agencies that provides programming for men, including a fathering group.
Right now I'm currently participating on the parents program, and I've also was part of the PARS program. It has empowered me at how to be a better parent, a lot of new things, and we also learn from each other's experiences. It has helped me out to relate better to him, has helped me out to acknowledge better his needs and all the necessities that they require.
We've been trying to change and look at community needs, client needs, and trying to address it as best we can through the programs with seniors, through Income Tax Clinic, through the parenting support programs, through working with Children's Aid Societies, working with Portuguese Mental Health and Addictions, working with Toronto Public Health, and all the other partnerships that we've developed to try and respond to the community's needs. We also do family support programs that include Success by Six and other workshops run by staff that include raising sexually healthy children, and kids have stress too.
When I moved to Canada, I just have one child, so I learned a lot of things. Now I have another child, and oh my gosh, the second one was very easy, because all the things I learned with Valeria. Doing the course again, because kids, they change every step, so my first child is different from my second one, so she's doing things that my son never did before, so I'm always here trying to be a better mother, that's what I'm trying to do.
We've got a large group of seniors, over 120 registered members, and I think regularly close to 80 people come out. Even in snowstorms and bad weather, they come up because they really enjoy connecting with each other, having activities to do together, and it takes them away from being isolated. It takes them away from worrying or being anxious about what their life is like and feeling lonely.
It's special. I feel it's very good to come over here. We have special friends. We make lots of friends over here. And for me, coming over here is like a therapy special for the ladies who have no husband. They come here in the beginning, they're crying, they're sitting down, sad, and then they start to come up and they start to dancing and singing. They come different person.
One of our annual reports, we put down the phrase, connecting people to possibilities. I think people understand that that's what we're really trying to do, is trying to assess their situation and connect them to what's possible out there, be that a man, a woman, or a child or a senior that comes through our doors, or a youth. We're trying to connect them to what's possible in their life.
And once I started seeing one thing going forward, it was just, oh, wow, you know, this is going to happen, you know, everything's looking different, and okay, these are the options. I was given options, you know, this is what you can do, here are your options, this is what can happen with that. And I just didn't feel so alone and so trapped and overwhelmed. It was helping me to see things clearer.
Abrigo has an impact way beyond the Toronto area. Clients come from all over the GTA, and some even further away, or they call in. Because Abrigo is the only social service agency that specifically has the majority of the staff is bilingual, Portuguese and English, and also they speak some other language like Spanish, some French. But because it's the only agency in Ontario, in Toronto, people come from everywhere because there are still a significant number of immigrants from the 70s, 80s, and early 90s that have not learned English sufficiently to interact with mainstream agencies. So for that reason alone, it's critical. It's a small agency but does fantastic work.
I was doubting myself as a mother, and now I feel more confident, whereas, you know, I'm doing what's right for my kids, and I feel like a strong mother, and like I'm a mother that my kids can be proud of, and that was huge. That was huge for me.
People tell me, you know, I went to Abrigo and they helped me. I love to hear that. You know who helped me was Abrigo.